Hey, what's up, boxing fans? Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we are back with fight or defense number 3 in our Glory Days boxing series featuring the Lineal Heavyweight Championship of the World. And our first champion, John L. Sullivan, has made 2 successful defenses thus far. But this will be his really first big test, and this will be a real-life rematch of a 75-round classic war fought under the London prize rules against Jake Kilrain. And, of course, this fight will be under the Marquis of Queensberry rules. But in their real-life fight, the 75-round war of attrition was actually the last fight fought under the London prize ring rules, which differed considerably from the Marquis of Queensberry rules, and one that it was bare knuckles. 2 rounds were not timed. Fighters basically went until they were either knocked to the turf or grounded by a throw. So clinches wrestling was allowed, at which point they would then have 30 seconds to return to scratch to fight the next round. And in many fights, and that was the case in this one as well, fighters could voluntarily take a knee to end a round. And so that you would get rounds that would range anywhere from 20, 30 seconds to 10 minutes. And this 75 rounder lasted a total of 2 hours and 16 minutes between Sullivan and Kilrain. And it was fought in Mississippi, basically in a secretive location. Backers, 3,000 of them showed up to the fight, had to take 3 separate trains from New Orleans under the cover of darkness to arrive at this secret location. As prize fighting at the time, bare knuckle prize fighting was illegal in the United States. Exhibitions could be fought using mufflers, aka gloves, but the bare knuckle London prize ring bouts were illegal. So the fight actually, there was a bounty on both Kilrain and Sullivan, $1,500 put out by a sheriff for their whereabouts so they could be arrested. So a lot of intrigue in this fight. Another piece that comes into play is Richard Fox, who is the publisher of the Police Gazette, probably the first national publication to prominently feature sports as a section in the newspaper. He was a big boxing fan and had designed a Police Gazette belt and arranged for these two to fight earlier. As the negotiations went on, Sullivan pulled out and instead took on Patsy Cardiff in a fight that he won, prompting Fox to give the award the Police Gazette belt to Kilrain. Sullivan's backers made him his own belt, and Sullivan's exact quote was, "I wouldn't wear the Fox's belt, or wouldn't put Fox's belt around the neck of a dog." So they each came into this fight with their own championship belt. Kilrain, recognized by the Police Gazette, and Sullivan, universally recognized as the world champion, with a belt provided to him by his supporters. So the stakes in this fight, basically each fighter's camp put up 10,000. They also had a side bet of 1,000 each. Sullivan bet an additional 5,000 the morning of the fight, and then a percentage of the gate to go to both fighters, which would come out to roughly another $10,000. And of course, the winner would take the other one's belt. Another side note is that even though there were only 3,000 fans in attendance, between supporters of both men, a total of almost 500,000 was bet on this fight. So high stakes back in the day. Max Cornelius, welcome, buddy. Just getting ready to go. So that is the backstory of this real life fight. And this will be a 15-rounder again under Marquis of Queensberry rules. And John L. Sullivan's third defense. Fighters are up. Here's the bell. And this will be generic judges in this one, and also a generic referee as well. So no effect by either judges scoring or the referees, and we're underway. So Sullivan, he wants to fight on the inside, comes out, gets a start from the outside. Kilrain, though, gets inside, takes control, and strikes first blow of the fight. 10 is going to be 4 heavy punches inside. Sullivan, a terrible defensive fighter, and Sully's going to add another. So Kilrain out of the gate quick and jumps right on Sullivan from the opening gong. 5s for each fighter, and it's going to be toe-to-toe from the outside, and going first is Kilrain. He's going to have a possible foul. 6. He is a rating of 10, so that will be a foul. We'll come back to see what that is. Sullivan measures, lets his hands go, and 0-5 from the outside. 4 big punches land for Sullivan, and just missed a knockdown opportunity there. Sullivan or Kilrain will be credited with a foul and a single punch landed. And we'll say Joe Cortez is the referee, and he's going to step in and give him a warning for a headbutt. So see if that comes into play in this fight. A Kilrain already on the wrong side of the law. And stamina too. Again, as always, Sullivan, a problem with stamina, 75 for 15 rounds, and Kilrain is 100. So we'll see how that comes into play. Sullivan takes control from the inside, bores inside. It's going to be a clinch. So 2 minutes to go in the opening stanza, and off to a pretty good start thus far. 2 stars, Sullivan in control from the inside, 61. That's going to be a miss, and looking to counter as Kilrain can't do it. Minute 40 to go in the round. Fighters space their distance. Sullivan probing with the jab to get space to punch. He's got control from the inside. Let's see hands go. 5 big punches land, and Sullivan. Devastating blows in the pocket. Kilrain takes them all. Minute 20 seconds to go as Sullivan jumps into the lead here early in this one. 5 and a 3, and this time it's going to be toe-to-toe from the inside, or outside, sorry. Sullivan goes first, and 0-3. That's going to be 5 more punches land. So Sullivan lets the hands go. Kilrain looking to answer back. Neither fighter has been shook with a heavy blow, but 0-3, Kilrain, 4 punches land, and Sullivan, he is going to suffer a potential cut, and his cut rating is 4. 1 minute to go in the round. He shakes that off. No facial damage. So good action round to open up this heavyweight title fight. 3, Sullivan, 1 star from the outside. Kilrain in control from the inside. 80, that's going to be a miss. Sullivan looking to counter. 2, gets home 2 big punches, culminated by a hook. 40 seconds to go in the round. Sullivan stalking his man, looking for space, looking to get inside. 5, no stars from the inside. Kilrain from the outside takes control of the single star. 24, 3 big punches land, and Kilrain going to get benefited by Sullivan's terrible defense, and no addition there. Final 20 seconds of the opening stanza. Good action round to start this one off. From the outside, Sullivan, 1 star. Kilrain in control from the inside. 2 stars, and 3 more punches land. So Kilrain rallies at the end of the round. Defensive check for Sullivan, takes them all, and the bell rings. What a round to start this fight. 16-16 punches landed. So heavy action, and this is huge because this is going to affect, obviously, Sullivan's stamina immensely. He did not want to get out losing or giving up this many blows early in the fight. In his first 2 defenses, he's managed to pull even and then ahead with stamina by mid-rounds. So not looking like that will be the case here. So here we go. Even fight. It'll be potentially an even round. We'll see how the judges score this. And much like their real-life fight, Kilrain started off the stronger when they met in real life, and Sullivan, of course, wore him down. Whiskey was a big factor in their initial fight, as Kilrain, the fight was eventually stopped on the advice of the ringside doctor, who feared that Kilrain would actually die if the fight was allowed to go on. He'd consumed so much whiskey in blazing 100-plus temperatures. So round 2 underway. Sullivan, 1 star from the outside. It's going to be toe-to-toe from the outside, or inside, actually. Kilrain going first, and he is going to miss. Sullivan answers back as Kilrain entered the round with momentum, and Sullivan, 5 wicked shots land. He's doing well inside the pocket, and Kilrain would do well to get distance. And it's going to be 2 stars, and Kilrain from the inside lets the hands go, 30, and that'll be a 3-punch salvo. And 5 just missed a possible knockdown there, and Sullivan's defensive check takes them all. Fighters reset. Sullivan looking to muscle his way inside. Hey, Matt, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome to the fight. 2 stars from the inside for Sullivan, and boring inside, 58. He's going to miss, and 17. Kilrain misses on the counter. 2 minutes to go in round number 2. A very exciting first round to open. This fighter's looking to keep up the pace, and going to be 1 star from the inside for both fighters. Toe-to-toe they go, and Kilrain's going to lead it off. 29. 3 big punches get through and a possible knockdown. We'll come back to that. Sullivan, pretty tough to get out of there. 22, and Sullivan gets through a wicked 3-punch salvo of his own and another possible knockdown. So chin check, Sullivan first, and 19, he is fine. Kilrain, 5, and Kilrain is going to be hurt. Unopposed action next segment for Sullivan as he looks to end this early. Second round, boring in. From the inside, Sullivan 81, and he is going to miss a golden opportunity. Kilrain gets away from the ropes, shakes his head, tries to get back on steady ground. Rocked by a hard right hand by John L. Sullivan. No stars for Sullivan. Kilrain takes control from the inside. 54 just misses. Sullivan looking to counter. 15 can't do it. Minute to go in the round. Fighters reset, and a 5 going to be no stars for Sullivan. 1 star from the outside. Kilrain misses, and looking to counter is Sullivan. Can't do it. Last 40 seconds, round number 2. A little bit less action in this round. Still a good pace been put forth thus far. Kilrain from the inside takes control. Wicked 5-punch salvo gets through, and Sullivan, defensive check, takes them all. Final 20 seconds of the round. Kilrain faring very well early in this one. And it's got to bring some concern to Sullivan's corners as he takes control from the inside. So Sullivan now, 39 from the inside. 3 punches land. Possible cut to Kilrain. Kilrain is a 6, and he's going to be fine as a bell rings. So another good round. And again, even 11 punches each. So 16 apiece in the first, 11 apiece in the second. And the story, again, is going to be the stamina of Sullivan. So let's see how the judges score this one. So Kilrain off to a very good start in this fight, and Sullivan is up on his stool. We are ready to go. D. Scott Howard, welcome, welcome. Thus far, it has been a surprising effort put up by Kilrain. He's been staggered, but he's hung with Sullivan punch for punch. Round number 3 underway. Stamina, 48 for Sully, 73 for Kilrain. Again, that could be huge as 2 stars from the inside go to Sullivan. He's going to be in control to start the round. Misses, and looking to counter is Kilrain. Can't do it. Fighters clinch and wrestle. Sullivan pushes Kilrain away, looking to create space. 1 star apiece. It's going to be toe-to-toe from the inside. Sullivan goes first. He gets through with 3 wicked punches and a possible knockdown. We'll come back to that as a big overhand right culminates a flurry. 77, and Kilrain misses. Chin check for Kilrain. And 2, Kilrain is down. Kilrain hits the canvas here just 40 seconds into the 3rd round. Referee begins to count over him. Will he beat the count? 3 or less, and it is over, and he is up to his feet, but a count of 9. So first knockdown of the fight, and this will be an unopposed action for Sullivan as he looks to get the TKO. Bores in, and it's going to be a 4 from the inside. Sullivan, another possible knockdown, and 40. That's going to be 3 big punches land. So first we'll do the chin check, then the will check. So Kilrain, and again, he's hurt. It goes to his 2nd column. So 12 or less he's hurt, 7 or less he's down, and he somehow shakes it off. Will check now, and it is going to be 6 or less, and Kilrain takes the punishment and fights on. So scary moment for Kilrain and his backers. He seems to have his head cleared now. 2, going to be 2 stars for Sullivan from the inside. He's in control, though. 27. 3 more punches get through. And defensive check for Kilrain. Takes them all. 2 minutes to go in the round. Big round for Sullivan in the 3rd. And this has happened in each of his first title defenses. Starts slow and then pours it on. It's going to be a toe-to-toe. So 3 from the outside and 90. And that is going to be a miss for Sullivan. Kilrain sets his feet from distance. Tries to get space. Misses as well. Fighters circling each other. Sullivan paused with a jab. Kilrain moves in. 2 stars from the inside for Sullivan, though. Sullivan takes control from the inside, 97, and that is going to be a possible foul for Sullivan. 14 and just above his foul rating. He gets credit for the punch, however. So third round, all Sullivan thus far. It's going to go 1 star to Sully, and he's in control again from the inside. 40. 3 more big blows get through, and 5, another possible knockdown. And chin check for Kilrain. Kilrain is down again. He is down again. Second time in the round, he hits the canvas. Will he beat the count this time? Referee counts away, and Kilrain's up quickly at the count of 2, but another unopposed action for Sullivan. This could be a 10-7 round. Sullivan pouring it on. Kilrain backs in the corner. Sullivan comes in, and from the inside, lets the hands go, 83, and falls into a clinch. Would have been another possible knockdown. Minute to go in the round. Sullivan having his way. Kilrain is battered and hurt. 2 stars from the inside. Sullivan in control, 62. Misses, would have been another possible knockdown. Missing on the counter is Kilrain. Sullivan letting the hands go. He does not punch himself out. 2 stars again from the inside. Sullivan again in control. Another possible knockdown as 4 big shots get through. Chin check again. And again, Kilrain has been down. So we're using his fatigue ratings in this. And 13, he somehow shakes it off. Doesn't even get hurt. So Kilrain showing some fortitude in the third round in all kinds of trouble. It's going to be 1 star each from the outside. Toe-to-toe. Sullivan goes first from the outside. He misses. Would have been another possible knockdown. Kilrain looking to end the round on a positive note, and he is going to miss as well. Bell rings, and Kilrain staggers back to his corner. Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims, welcome to the fight. Thank you. I played a lot of that game back, God, that was years ago, probably like 10 years ago. Went out of the park, did that. They did a good job of that game. I was really sorry to see it fall by the wayside as their focus went to baseball. And development just didn't pick up with Paul, the gentleman from PISD that took the game over. So third round, huge. And that was the round Sullivan needed to get back even in terms of endurance, not to mention the 2 knockdowns. So 2 knockdowns and a 12-punch differential. And that will be a decisive 10-8 round. No need to even roll for the champion. And let's see if that turns the tide of the fight around. Kilrain was hanging tough, and Sullivan, that wicked right hand, does all kinds of damage. Here we go. Round number 4, fighters off their school, scheduled for 15 rounds. It's going to be toe-to-toe to start the round from the inside. Going first is Sullivan. 3 big punches get through. These fighters are throwing some leather. Kilrain answers back. 95, and 95 is going to be another foul for Kilrain, so he'll get credit for a punch. And this time he's going to get warned for second time for a headbutt. So we'll see if that comes into play. Was warned in the first as well. On we go. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Round number 4. Kilrain trying to get back in the fight after a devastating third round, which saw him hit the deck twice. And 2 stars each fighter from the inside, and clinch. Sullivan wants no part of it, toe-to-toe, and grabs on. We move on. 1 star from the inside, and Sullivan retains control. 37. 3 punches get through. Defensive check for Kilrain. And 3 for Kilrain. He's going to add another. Both fighters are not versed in or well-versed in defense. All they're going to do is add punches if the moment comes up. Toe-to-toe again from the inside, and Sullivan goes first. 24. 3 more big punches land, and another possible knockdown. Sullivan letting the bombs go now after the second round, fighting back, and that is going to be a clinch. So that is going to be reduced to a single punch. But 1 punch is enough. We will still do the chin check, and Kilrain back to normal chin rating, shakes that off, no problem. So that clinch might have saved him from absorbing even more punishment, hitting the deck again. Sullivan takes control back from the inside. 11, 4 punches get through. And defensive check's going to be another possible knockdown, actually. Chin check for Kilrain. Kilrain taking some bombs, and for the third time, Kilrain has hit the canvas. Going down again in the 4th round. Referee begins to count. Can he beat the count this time? And 5, he barely beats the count. A We'll give that a 9 count on the knockdown. So it's going to be another unopposed action for Sullivan. As Kilrain staggered, a minute 40 seconds to go, round number 4. He bores in from the inside, and 48. That is only going to be 2 punches landed, and that will not trigger a will check. But still 2 punches landed, minute 20 to go in the round. Sullivan looking to pour it on, get Kilrain out of there. 1 star from the outside. Kilrain takes back control from the inside. 45, and that's going to be a 2-punch combination getting through. Defensive check for Sullivan, and Sullivan's going to add 2 more to that. Sticks his jaw out to block both punches. Minute to go in the round as Kilrain looking to rally now, make this a fight again. No stars for Sullivan. Kilrain takes control from the inside, pressing Sullivan. 2 more big punches get through. And defensive check for John L. And again, Sullivan adds punches to Kilrain's total. Total of 3 getting through on that chin or defensive check. 40 seconds to go, round number 4. Another intense round. Sullivan 1 star, and he takes control back from the inside. 18. 4 punches land for John L. 15. No knockdown chance, but Kilrain adds another punch to Sullivan's total. So Sullivan spacing out the punch differential in round number 4. And again, another knockdown has occurred in this round. Inside 2 stars. Toe-to-toe they go from the inside. Sully goes first. Going to be another possible knockdown as he pelts Kilrain with 4 big shots. Kilrain fires back and then hopes his chin will hold up. Kilrain, possible knockdown from the inside. 4 big punches get through for him. Here we go, chin checks. Kilrain first, and Kilrain is down again. That's going to nullify the chin check of Sullivan. And again, second time down in the round, we go to the fatigue rating, so 7 or less. And referee is counting, and he just 2 count. Gets back to his feet, and that is the round. Another huge round for Sullivan. 4 knockdowns in this fight, and another 10-8 round. Sullivan looking to move in for the kill and put Kilrain to sleep. Landed a total of 22 punches that round, his best round of the fight. And Kilrain, while he was standing, did well. Gets 12 in of his own. So we're heading into round number 5, and the fatigue has definitely turned around. Heading into the 5th, Sullivan at 36 and Kilrain down to 39. So as Sullivan has in his first 2 fights, he has through sheer volume of punches landed, turned that stamina disadvantage into even by the middle rounds. All right, so let's check in with the chat. And hey, IDJ, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. I'm enjoying your Marvel card series. And D. Scott Howard, these guys are wearing gloves, and this is Howard Cosell after the Tex Cobb fight. Boxing was too brutal. Yeah, this has been a war so far. 4 knockdowns. This is definitely one that would have rankled Howard. So yeah, this is under Marquis of Queensberry rules. I actually have a rule set to do London prize ring rules. Maybe I'll do a fight, exhibition fight under bare knuckle rules, just so they're on the channel so people see how that works. But we are set to go round number 5, and it's going to be 1 star from the outside for both fighters, toe-to-toe. Sullivan with momentum heading into the round goes first. He's going to miss. And Kilrain trying desperately to get back in the fight, and 28, and that's going to be a possible cut as he gets in with 3 punches. And again, Sullivan does not cut very easily. He shakes that off. No facial damage, but Kilrain off to the fast start he needed here in the 5th round if he's going to have any chance of getting back into this. Toe-to-toe, Kilrain goes first from the inside, and 89 is going to be a clinch. So failing to press the advantage, the referee separates the fighters. They circle. And again, Kilrain from the inside. And again, all Kilrain can do is grab. 2 minutes to go in the round as the crowd lets their displeasure be known over those tactics. 2 stars from the inside, toe-to-toe. Kilrain goes first. And 3rd time in a row, he's going to clinch. So Kilrain wanting no part of exchanges at this point with Sullivan. No stars, and Kilrain takes control from the inside. This time he lets the hands go as 4 big shots get through. Defensive check for Sullivan, and Sullivan's going to add another. So Kilrain off to a good start here in the 6th round, or 5th round, sorry. Going to be 2 stars, and Sullivan snatches back control from the inside. This time he's going to grab, though, as the fighters, perhaps a little worn down by the frenetic pace of the first 4 rounds, wrestle in ring center. Sullivan gets space, takes control, moves inside, and lets the hands go. He's going to miss. Kilrain looking to counter. Kilrain lands a vicious hook, gets through 2 shots there. A minute to go in the round, and this round has been all Kilrain. A lot of grappling, but Kilrain has landed the punches that have come through, and inside, Sullivan takes control again. And now he lets the hands go, and 4 big punches get through. Kilrain, defensive check, takes them all. 40 seconds to go in the round. Sullivan looking to press the action, backs Kilrain into the corner. He's going to take control again from the inside, lets the hands go. 37, and 3 punches get through there, and another possible knockdown. So chin check, Kilrain, and 17 shakes that off. Sullivan using some dirty tactics inside. Referee separates them. They move back to the center of the ring. And stepping back inside to take control is Sullivan, and 45 from the inside. 2 punches get through, and defensive check for Kilrain takes them both, and that's the round. So this round more like the first 2. 10 punches to 9, Kilrain with the advantage as he tries to get back in a fight. He is badly losing now after those 4 knockdowns between rounds 3 and 4. So 1 punch differential, and we will see what the judges say. All right, stamina check. Heading into round number 6. 30 for Kilrain, 26 for Sullivan, and that is definitely going to start playing into this fight now, as Sullivan has used that to his advantage, catching up and knocking out people late in his first 2 defenses. So here we go. From the inside, Sullivan takes control. 67 would have been another possible knockdown. Instead, that's going to be a miss, and Kilrain can't counter. A violent blow that Kilrain was able to catch. 2 stars for Sullivan, and again, he's in control from the inside. 65 misses again, would have been another possible knockdown. So Sullivan getting wild. His corner tells him, pace yourself, calm down. Here we go. Sullivan resets, and no stars. Kilrain steps inside, gets in the pocket, takes control. Possible knockdown as he gets through 4 big shots. Chin check for John L. now, and he is tough. 17 shakes that off and spits at Kilrain. The fighter admonishes Sullivan for those tactics as they circle the ring. Toe-to-toe from the inside, and Kilrain going first, 48. He's going to get through a couple of punches there, and no potential knockdown or cut. Sullivan fires back, and he's going to have another knockdown chance as 3 blows get through. Chin check for Kilrain as a mighty overhand right crashes on his jaw. Kilrain returns the favor, smiles, spits back at Sullivan. The fighters reset. Getting out of control for referee Joe Cortez as he warns both fighters to keep it clean. And we're going to have another toe-to-toe exchange from the inside. And going first, Kilrain, he's going to miss Sullivan. Going to fire back, and 78, he's going to miss as well. 1:20 seconds to go in the round. Fighters talking to each other. Cortez again tells them to punch and shut up. Sullivan takes control from the inside. 79, that's going to be a miss. Looking to counter is Kilrain. Can't do it. Minute to go in the round. Fighters back at ring center. Kilrain circles slowly to his right, probing for an opening. And 4, 2 stars, and Sullivan jumps inside, takes control again. 13, 4 punches land. Another possible knockdown. Another chin check for Kilrain. 5, and Kilrain is hurt. Kilrain falls against the rope. Sullivan looks to move in for the kill. Can he finally get him out of there? Bores in from the inside. 87, and again, Sullivan wastes the opportunity and grabs him. Kilrain has gone down 4 times but absorbed some terrific shots and has stood up to them. Sullivan in control. Would have been a possible cut from the inside, but he's going to miss and looking to counter as the round comes to the close. Another close round as Kilrain misses as well. 6 punches land in that round for Sully, 7 for Kilrain, and the fight slowing down considerably. Back from the first 2 rounds where both fighters landed double-digit blows. So 1 punch advantage for Sullivan in this one. Again, we'll see who the judges like. Interesting. That was a razor thin round. That's how the judges saw it, as we are set to go for round number 7, coming up on the halfway point of the scheduled 15 rounder. And Bill Simone has joined the fight. Started off real even. Both fighters 16 punches apiece in the first, 11 apiece in the second. And then Kilrain just was pummeled in the third and fourth rounds, but he's hanging tough. Sullivan definitely in the lead. Here we go. Round number 7. Bell rings. Fighters come out. And it's going to be 1 star, 2 stars. Kilrain takes control, looking to start fast in round number 7. 3 punches get through, as he has 24 fatigue left coming into this round, and Sullivan has 19. Defensive check for Sully. Takes all 3 punches. Pushes Kilrain away. Feints with the left and looking to work inside. 1 star for each fighter. Kilrain's going to go first on the toe-to-toe. 57 from the inside. That's going to be a miss for Kilrain. Sullivan sets his feet in the pocket, fires back. He misses as well. So big shots as both fighters' fatigue starting to show itself here in this fight. As Kilrain takes control again from the inside. 45. That's going to be 2 punches getting through. And defensive opportunity for Sullivan. Sullivan's going to add 2 more. So stamina now is going to start to play into this for Sullivan. He entered this round with only 19 remaining. Kilrain looking to get him tired, take away some of that power. Going to be 1 star apiece, toe-to-toe from the outside. Kilrain goes first. Going to be a possible cut as Kilrain gets in 3 big punches. We'll come back for the cut check on Sully. Sullivan not proficient from the outside, and 93. That's going to be a clinch, so reduces that to 1. We're still going to do the cut roll, though. And 4 or less. Sullivan, no damage there. 1:40 to go in the round. Sullivan looking to try and get his second win. He's going to have a single star. Toe-to-toe again from the outside. Again, Kilrain goes first, and 3 more punches get through for Jake. As Sullivan looking to keep pace. And again, the outside not where he wants to be, but he does okay this time. 14, that is going to be 4 big shots from the outside and a possible cut to Kilrain. And 20, Kilrain, no facial damage. So this is definitely shaping up to be Jake's best round since the second. Fighter reset, Kilrain circling again to his right. And going to be 1 star from the outside, 1 star from the inside. Toe-to-toe exchange from the inside. Kilrain first, misses. Sullivan, that's where he likes to be, though. High numbers land from the inside. And Sullivan, a big 5-punch salvo. And that gets him right back into this round with a minute to go. Kilrain disgusted as he shakes his head. No stars for Sullivan. And Kilrain again from the outside, looking to create space. Lead hook and a combination. 3 punches land for Kilrain. Defensive check for Sully and takes them all. 40 seconds left in the round. Kilrain wants to land a couple more punches here and get Sullivan tired, but Sullivan takes control from the inside with 2 stars. Possible knockdown, and 4 more big punches land for Sullivan. Chin check for Kilrain. He's taking some bombs, and he is down for the 5th time in this fight. Kilrain down for the 5th time in this fight. Referee begins to count, and he is up and almost a 10 count. So Jake Kilrain doing very well in this round and gets caught again. 5th time he has hit the canvas, and Sullivan, much like their real-life fight, is showing his power. This will be an unopposed action to close the round as Sullivan looks for the stoppage. And here we go from the outside. 10 and 10. That's going to be 4 big punches get through. 17 and another possible knockdown. So first the chin check. And again, this will be on the fatigue side since it's the 2nd time. Kilrain is hurt. Will check. Will referee Joe Cortez stop it? 19. He lets it go as a bell rings. So John L. Sullivan comes back ferociously at the end of the round. 17-14. Another high-volume round for these big men. And that's going to be another 10-8 round for Sullivan, though, as at this point, even though it's heading into the 8th, Kilrain is going to need a knockout to win this fight. unless he shuts Sullivan out the rest of the way, which does not seem likely. So stamina as we head into round number 8. John L. Sullivan is down to 5. Kilrain is down to 7. So this will likely be it. And both fighters will see some reductions at some point during this round. Here we go. Bell rings. Fighters come to ring center. And Sullivan, 1 star from the inside. And Kilrain takes control from the inside. But 92, it's going to be a clinch. Looking to preserve what energy he has left. Kilrain pushes Sullivan away. And Sullivan, 2 stars from the inside, takes control himself. And he's going to grab this time. So both fighters wrestling. Joe Cortez struggles to separate them. Gets space, and 1 star for Sullivan, and he's got control from the inside. 62 would have been a possible knockdown, but he misses. Kilrain counters, and Kilrain gets home a cross to cap that sequence off. Nice 2-punch counter as he lands first blows in this round. No stars for Sullivan, and on the inside, Kilrain again, but misses. Sullivan looking to counter, can't do it. Minute 40 seconds to go as fatigue is very evident in both fighters at this point. 2 stars for Sullivan from the inside, 28. Wicked 3-punch combo lands, and no possible knockdown there. Defensive check for Kilrain. Takes them all, minute 20 to go in the round. And potentially these guys, the way the round is going, could still have stamina going into the 9th. It's going to be 1 star apiece, toe-to-toe. And Sullivan goes first, 84 from the inside. That's going to be a clinch, minute to go in the round. Ends a segment. 1 star from the outside, and it's going to be toe-to-toe from the outside. Sully goes first, 18. 3 punches land. And Jake Kilrain's turn. And 1 more punch, and Kilrain will be out of gas. And 19, he lands 3 punches of his own. So 40 seconds to go in the round, and that actually fatigues Sullivan. So Sullivan out of juice now. It's going to impact his power, cut it in half. 1 star, and Sullivan in control from the inside. 17, and 17 from the inside. Again, 1 punch deduction due to fatigue, so 3 get through. Defensive check for Kilrain, takes them all. And that puts Kilrain in a fatigued status as well. Toe-to-toe from the outside to finish the round. Sullivan goes first, and 2 punches get through with the deduction and a possible knockdown to close the round. Kilrain fires back, and he probably needs a clinch now. 84 from the outside. Can't get it. He's got to make a chin check, and he is fatigued now. 12 or less, he's in trouble. 13, and he wobbles but stands up as the bell rings. So 11-5, and again, both fighters are out of gas at this point. So 6-punch differential in the round. And this will more than likely go to John L. All right, so let's reset the fatigue, the fighters' ratings due to fatigue. And again, a reminder, 1 punch deducted from all punches landed for the rest of the fight for both guys. And in terms of power, Sully goes from a 6'9" to a 3'6", Kilrain from a 3'4" to a 1'3". So he's really in desperate straits at this point. Chin KD, Sullivan goes to a 4'8", and Kilrain a 7'12". Chin KO, Sullivan goes to a 4, and Kilrain a 7. Will goes to 5 and 10 respectively. So that's where we are as we head into the 9th round. Here we go. Sullivan in control. Both fighters are out of gas. So this could go the distance. A grueling fight, especially for Kilrain, as Sullivan starts it out with 1 star in control from the inside. 47, that's going to be a 2-punch salvo reduced to 1 due to fatigue and possible cut. Kilrain's going to have some facial damage. And 16 is going to be a cut on the left cheek here in round number 9. And that is the first blood drawn by either fighter as referee Joe Cortez screams first blood Sullivan to the delight of the masses. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the round. Sullivan looking to be inspired by that blood, but Kilrain takes control from the inside, and Kilrain 0-6. 3 punches land with fatigue deduction, and Sullivan takes them all. So Kilrain has the heart of a lion for sure, not giving up in this one. 2 stars for Sullivan from the inside. 76 lets the hands go. He misses, and Kilrain can't counter. 2 minutes to go, round number 9. Championship rounds are looming as Sullivan takes back control from the inside, but he is going to miss. Barely would have been a possible cut. Kilrain misses the counter. 5 and a 2, and Kilrain from the outside in control, 99, and we're going to the event chart. So first time we've made a trip to the event chart in this fight. Let's see what happens. 34. Fighters continue to brawl after the bell sounds, both given warnings, so we'll apply that at the end of the round, minute 20 to go. And very fitting with the animosity between both the fighters as well as John K. Fox's involvement with the Police Gazette. Sullivan not a fan of Fox at all as he takes control from the inside. 87 going to be a clinch. Sullivan breathing heavily through his mouth, and Kilrain takes control back from the outside. 54. He's going to miss, would have been a possible cut. And Sullivan misses the counter, just barely grazed the top of Kilrain's forehead with a big right hand. 4-4, and Sullivan back in control from the inside. 0-9. That's going to be 3 punches landing with the deduction. Defensive check for Jake. Takes them all. 20 seconds to go in the round. And 2 stars apiece, toe-to-toe. John L. goes first from the inside. It's going to be a single punch landed with the fatigue adjustment, and Kilrain fires back. 29 from the inside, and he's going to get through a couple of punches as the round comes to an end. And again, both fighters now are going to be warned for hitting after the bell. And that's actually Sullivan's first warning, third total for Kilrain, who's also been warned twice for headbutts. Punches landed this round, 5 apiece, so as fatigue sets in, things are definitely evening up between the 2 fighters again. So we will see how the judges score this. As we get ready for round number 10, and this is to the point, 6 rounds to go in the fight, and at this point, Kilrain is definitely going to need a knockout to pull this off. Stranger things have happened. We've only been to the event chart once, and that was kind of nondescript. So here we go. Round number 10. Bell rings. Fighters meet at ring center. No glove touching here as they go toe-to-toe from the outside. Sully goes first, and that's going to be a single punch landing with fatigue adjustment. Kilrain looking to fire back. 44 from the outside, and he is going to miss. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Round number 10. Both fighters, arms down around their waist. Sullivan bobs, weaves, gets inside, takes control, and 56 from the inside. He's going to miss. Kilrain looking to counter, can't do it. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the round. Fighters lightly grab onto each other, separate, push each other apart, and it's going to be toe-to-toe from the inside. John L. Sullivan, 90. Instead, he's going to dive back in and initiate a clinch. Ends the segment. Sullivan at this point knows he has this fight in the bag, and he is fatigued. But Kilrain, he's not done. From the inside, and jumps in, and he's got to grab as well. So a clinch there as Kilrain took control. Fighters separating, and Sullivan back in control from the inside. 48. It's going to be a single punch land with fatigue and another possible cut. So that's going to be another cut. First, we'll see if the cut on the left cheek has reopened. It has not. So a new facial injury for Kilrain. And 13 for Jake. And that is going to be a cut on the right eye. So cut on the left cheek and cut on the right eye. No danger of any stoppage, but Kilrain bleeding now from both sides of his face as Sullivan admires his handiwork. Looks to dive back in, but Kilrain beats him inside, takes control, 39. And that's going to be 2 punches reduced to 1. Defensive check for Sullivan, and Sullivan adds a punch to it. So a minute to go in round number 10. Things have slowed down immensely. Only 2 significant blows landing in this round. And toe-to-toe from the outside. Kilrain goes first. Kilrain misses. Sullivan still has some powers. He fires back. 0-0. 5 big punches reduced to 4 as we move on to 40 seconds left in the round. Sullivan looking to press his advantage again, works inside, takes control, 83, but doesn't have any energy and is going to fall into a clinch. 20 seconds left in the round. Joe Cortez separates the fighters. Sullivan, 2 stars from the inside. He's going to try and get off one more salvo. Gets into the pocket, lets the hands go. 2 punches get through. Defense for Kilrain, and Kilrain takes them both. That's the bell. So round number 10, 8 punches to 2 for Sullivan. And 6-punch differential. Things are getting rough and dirty in this fight as it goes on. Judges scribbling on their scorecards as it looks like Sullivan is just continuing to pad his lead in this one. Round number 11. Again, both fighters fatigued. Here we go. Bell rings. Fighters come out, read at ring center. And taking control from the inside is Sullivan, 47, and lets his hands go, gets a single punch in, defensive check. No adjustment from Kilrain. Both fighters dragging as they circle each other slowly in the ring, breathing heavily out of their mouths. Going to be 2 stars, and taking control from the inside is John L. Sullivan. Lets the hands go, 23, and that's going to be a 2-punch combination getting through with fatigue adjustment, and 7. Kilrain takes them both. Kilrain inhales a deep breath as he jumps inside, takes control, 58, lets the hands go, but he misses. And Sullivan looking to counter, can't do it. Barely threw out a weak counter punch opportunity, came nowhere close to Kilrain's jaw. 1 star for Sullivan, and Kilrain maintaining control from the inside, 48. It's going to be a 2-punch combo. Gets credit for 1 with fatigue, and Sullivan eats it. Pushes Kilrain away and raises his hands again. 1 star from the inside, and Sullivan now in control. 97 from the inside, and that is going to be a potential foul. And just above Sullivan's foul rating, and does not get credit for the punch since he is fatigued. So Cortez jumps in and just separates him. 1 star for Sullivan. He's in control from the outside of all places. Misses badly there. Kilrain can't counter. Minute to go in round number 11. In the championship rounds, 1 star, and Sullivan in control from the inside, 93. 93, he's going to clinch again. Sullivan, dog tired in this fight. This is the most fatigue we've seen him in his title reign thus far. Doesn't look like he has any interest in fighting. This is going to be toe-to-toe from the outside. Sully goes first, but wakes up with a 5-punch salvo reduced to 4. So no sooner did those words come out of my mouth than Sullivan found the energy to throw some blows, and countering back is Kilrain, but he misses. 20 seconds to go in the round. And Sullivan, in that last late flurry, turned it into a decisive round for him, and he takes control again from the inside. 42, and it's going to be a single punch landed, defensive check, and Kilrain outpunched 8-1 in this one, as again, both fighters, absolutely no gas in the tank. 7-punch differential, and this is another round that should go comfortably to John L. Sullivan. At this point, Sullivan is up huge. This is a decisive victory. Really the best, minus the fact that he's fatigued, the best he's looked in his Lineal Championship defenses to date as we head into round number 12. Here we go. Sullivan, Kilrain come out and meet at ring center. 2 stars for Sullivan from the inside, and he's going to take control. 23, and 23 is going to be a 3-punch salvo reduced to 2. Kilrain defensively. Can't even get the hands up to block any of those. And 2 stars from the inside again. Sullivan maintains control in there and going to get credit for a single punch and a possible cut check. Kilrain. And Kilrain 9. He's going to take that. No more facial damage. Already bleeding from the left cheek and above the right eye. 4s and inside. Sullivan in control. 0-4 and another 5-punch salvo reduced to 4. No knockdown. Defensively for Kilrain. Takes them all. 2 minutes to go in the round. 3 rounds left after this, and this has been a grueling battle for Kilrain. 5 times he has tasted the canvas. 2 stars, and Sullivan takes control from the inside. 0-3, 5 more punches land, and another possible cut. And Kilrain, see if something is reopened. 9, and that is going to be a reopening on the cut on the right eye. So no danger of the doctor stepping in at this point. Minute 40 seconds to go in the round. Kilrain has absolutely no energy left. Not sure if the corner is in real life getting whiskey between rounds, but he has not fought back as Sullivan again gets into the pocket, takes control, misses this time. Would have been a possible knockdown, and Kilrain cannot counter. So Sullivan, a big blow there, still looking to finish the fight. 1 star apiece, toe-to-toe from the inside. And going first is Sully, 47 from the inside. Going to be a single punch landed. Kilrain firing back. Kilrain looking for a miracle. And 0-3 lets the hands go. And that is going to be 5 punches reduced to 4. And cut check for Sullivan, who is only a 4 and no facial damage there. Minute left, round number 12. So Kilrain, a big overhand right there as Sullivan takes control from the inside, though, and 0-2. Sullivan, another 5-punch salvo reduced to 4. 6 would have been a possible knockdown if he was fresh, but he is not. Kilrain takes him. So Sullivan summoning his second wind here in round number 12, having an excellent round, but Kilrain now takes control from the inside. And Kilrain is not. He is so tired he can just grab. Had the opening, couldn't let his hands go. And toe-to-toe from the inside. Kilrain first. Die is stuck, and that's going to be 48. And it's going to be a single punch gets through for Kilrain. As the round comes to a close, Sullivan lets his hands go right before the bell and gets in a single punch of his own. So 17-5 and another decisive round. So most punches Sullivan has landed, either fighter has landed since back in the 7th round. So excellent round for John L. Sullivan as he continues to extend his lead. And 12-punch differential in terms of number of blows landed. So that will assuredly be a decisive round to John L. As they all see that the same way. All right, round number lucky 13. 3 rounds to go in this scrap, and Kilrain, he hasn't shown anything else in this one. He has shown he is tough, surviving 5 knockdowns in a fight that is all John L. Sullivan. And toe-to-toe from the outside, Sully goes first. 38, a single punch gets through. Kilrain, not very good on the outside either. He misses as fighters circle each other. Again, both of them arms down around their waists. Can't even put the guard up. And Sullivan takes control from the outside. He is going to miss badly. And looking to counter is Kilrain, and he just comes up short on the counter opportunity. 2 minutes to go in this one. And inside, John L. Sullivan lets the hands go again, and another big 5-punch combination reduced to 4. And Sullivan is going to get the benefit of Kilrain's porous defense as another punch is added to that. So Kilrain at this point is offering no resistance. And it's going to be 1 star each toe-to-toe from the outside, and would have been a possible knockdown, but Sullivan misses. Kilrain firing back, 31, and from the outside, Kilrain, he's going to get through a single punch is all due to fatigue. Stalking Sullivan as Sullivan backs towards his corner. Now Sullivan jumps in the pocket, takes control from the inside, 22, lets the hands go. Wicked 3-punch combo reduced to 2. Defensive check for Kilrain. Takes them both. Minute 20 to go. Round number 13. Looks like we are going the distance here. And taking control from the inside is Sullivan. He misses. Looking to counter Kilrain. No. Minute left in the round. Fighters in close. Dance slowly with each other. Cortez tells him to fight. Your hands are free. Let the hands go. Sullivan works to get the hands loose on the inside. 15. And 15 is going to be a 3-punch combination with fatigue. Defensive check for Kilrain, and Kilrain adds another. Can't even get his hands up to protect himself at this point. Sullivan circling, and from the inside, lets the hands go. Would have been a possible knockdown, but misses, and toe-to-toe chance for Kilrain now. He's going to let his hands go on the inside. Can he score? No, he can only clinch. Final 20 seconds of round number 13. 2 rounds to go in this one. Sullivan takes control again from the inside, and he is dog-tired. He's going to grab on and hold on to the bell, which rings as both fighters stagger back to their corners, and another decisive round for the reigning champion, John L. Sullivan, 11-punch differential. And that's going to go decisively to John L. who has had an insurmountable lead for several rounds now. So Kilrain has 2 rounds left to pull some magic out of his hat. Here we go. Round number 14, fighters come out. And Sullivan jumps right back inside the pocket, takes control, and lets 3 punches get through Kilrain's guard. He takes them all. 2:40 to go in the 14th. And again, John L. Sullivan from the inside in control. 54 lands a single punch, and Kilrain eats it. No energy to smile or spit at this point in the fight. As again, in control from the inside, Sullivan letting the hands go. And it's going to be a 2-punch combination with the fatigue adjustment. And Kilrain eats them both. Sullivan now, not much steam behind his punches, but he's having his way when he throws them. And again, he's in control again from the inside, 82 this time, and he misses though. Kilrain looking to counter, can't do it. A half-hearted attempt there, a wild hook, came nowhere close to landing. Toe-to-toe from the inside, Sullivan goes first, and that's going to be 2 punches get through. Kilrain looking to pull a miracle out of his hat here, and oh, would have been a possible no. He's got actually 51, he lands. Possible knockdown. Kilrain, possible knockdown here in the 14th round. Only a single punch gets through. Chin check. 8 or less. Sullivan's in trouble. 3. Sullivan is down. Kilrain has dropped Sullivan in the 14th round. Unbelievable. Kilrain all but out of this fight, and Sullivan's now got to beat the count. Referee Joe Cortez begins to count. 4 or less. It's over, and it's over. Jake Kilrain has rallied from nowhere to pull a Hail Mary out of his hat and stop the reigning, defending, Lineal Glory Days boxing heavyweight champion John L. Sullivan in the 14th round. Unbelievable. So the end comes. Sullivan face down on the canvas, just getting to his feet now, has no idea what happened. The end comes at 1 minute and 24 seconds of the 14th round. A shocking turn of events. This fight was all John L. Sullivan. Had Kilrain down twice in the 3rd, twice in the 4th, again in the 7th. Kilrain hadn't even hurt Sullivan, but a wild overhand right midway through the round puts Sullivan face down where Joe Cortez counts him out. Huge upset, and we have a new heavyweight champion. What a finish, folks. Oh, wow. Did not see that coming. So, again, yeah, sometimes the dice. I mean, Kilrain, the fact that he was barely landing punches, he landed no more than 5 punches from round 8 on in a single round. So, all it takes is one, though, and he got it. So Kilrain now takes over the Lineal Heavyweight Championship. And let's see who he's going to make his first defense against. Wow, shocker. Absolute shocker. All right, so Kilrain's first defense will come against Old Chocolate, George Godfrey, and that could be a quick turnaround. So the one rule I have built into this, if a champion is winning a fight, which obviously Sullivan was up huge in this one, he can have a rematch, but the champion, you basically have to beat. So Kilrain will defend against Godfrey. Frank Slavin will be up after Godfrey. So basically Sullivan will have to defeat Slavin to get a rematch and take his title shot, since he was winning this fight when it was stopped. Otherwise, that will be the last we see of John Sullivan. So We'll have an eliminator fight, Sullivan against Slavin, and Godfrey against Kilrain. Now, if Godfrey wins the title against Kilrain, then Sullivan's going to lose his rematch opportunity, and he will be done with only 3 defenses of the title, 2 successful and a 3rd unsuccessful. So, fun fight. That was a real fun fight. So we will be back with our new champion next, and again, he'll be facing George Old Chocolate Godfrey. So thank you to everyone who joined the fight. Let's go recaps. We had Max Cornelius, Steeler fan 1933, Matt, D. Scott Howard, Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, IDJ stopped by, and Bill Simone. So thank you very much all for watching. Appreciate the support of the channel and the game. And time to savor this one with a cold adult beverage. A shocking comeback for Kilrain as we have a new Lineal champion. So take care. Hope you all have a great Sunday, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, everyone. Oh, hold on. Matt, I have a question. Go ahead, buddy. I'm going to hang on until you get a chance to type your question in, Matt. Yeah, the odds, the way this ended, though, crazy. So Kilrain will move into the champions thing. Do you score around with 2 knockdowns is 10-7? So on the score chart, basically, even if there's 2 knockdowns, you could do that as a house rule. I don't. The only time I'll score a 10-7 round is if there's a knockdown and the punch differential is 20 plus punches. So if there's a knockdown and one fighter wins a round by 20 or more, that will automatically be a 10-7 round. But other than that, I just score them all 10-8. You know, and again, that's one thing I want to do with the game, though, to try and make it flexible for people to play the way they want to play. So if you did want to do that, 2 or 3 knockdowns, make it a 10-7 round, definitely do so by a house rule. And, you know, the way that works in different commissions and states, some states encourage more 10-7 rounds. But if you go to a fight in Vegas, it would really have to be a pretty decisive round to be a 10-7 round. And the way things are with the modern fight game, quite honestly, if a fighter was getting destroyed that badly in a round, it would most likely be stopped. You know, so that's I guess that's my take on it. So you really don't see a lot of 10-7 rounds because, again, with the current rules more designed on safety, especially more than they were back then. I mean, when these guys met in real life, like I mentioned early on, they were both, for whatever reason, it was a thought back then that alcohol, specifically whiskey, actually helped give you energy. So instead of drinking water, they were drinking water between rounds, but both corners were also giving their men whiskey. And from witnesses of the fight, I actually read a book that was devoted almost entirely to the fight. The common word was that Kilrain was pretty much, both fighters were definitely intoxicated, but Kilrain was dangerously drunk by the end of the fight, to the point where the alcohol had made him dehydrate, and he was in real risk if the fight had gone on of his organs shutting down and actually succumbing to injuries after the fight. So yeah, definitely a big difference between now and then, when alcohol was used to quote unquote revive fighters between rounds. But anyway, that's it, guys. So hope again you all have a great afternoon. Thanks for stopping in and watching the fight. We'll see you later. Take care.